Welcome back to Titanium MP. This is Mike. I'm coming at you with another video, and this time I'm asking you a question. This is a discussion video, and the questions are being asked to you. So the big question is, do you think that the Masterpiece Transformers market can sustain non-transforming Transformers? So with that, there's a whole bunch of other sub-questions in there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, as I kind of do a comparison of these cheap Walmart Transformers to G1 counterparts, I'm going to ask a different question when I'm comparing each one. So it's 4 different questions. Please leave in the comments. I'd love to hear what everybody's response to answers are. Even if it's a bigger sounding, no, never, ever do that. But I'm going to throw my side of the whole story in with each one. So let's get right into it. Before I get into those cheap Walmart ones, it's not really about the Walmart non-transforming Transformers. It's about Masterpiece Transforming Transformers, this whole discussion. And I think there's been a lot of issues with this Toy World Leia, and I treat her like a non-transforming Transformer. And so I'm going to get that out there. I've never transformed. I never intend to transform her. The alt mode is, in my opinion, just like a non-alt mode. So she doesn't really transform, in my opinion. And I think that she looks better on my shelf size-wise, and some of the poses look better than the fans' toys. So that's kind of where I'm directing all this. But let's get into a little bit more, and I got some more questions for you. Starting, let's have a look at this Megatron. I think that the Walmart one, kind of an ugly looking face, but if you look at cartoon representation, blows G1 out of the water. But I got these from my youngest son because he's really into Transformers, and my oldest son is more into Star Wars. But let's show you the backs of them. Cleans up nice, and no comparison at all. This one transforms, this one does not. This one's shiny, this one's not. But do you transform your Transformers? Like, I have been buying, selling, trading Transformers, Masterpiece and Chug and Vintage G1 for a long time now, and I've been collecting for over 20 years. And the thing is that I'm finding with the Masterpiece that only about 40% of them actually transform their Transformers on a regular basis that I have come across. Now, I am in no means a scientific research study. This may just be the people I've come in contact with. But a whole lot of them, a lot of my friends even just keep them in the box. They don't even take them out of the box, which is kind of the collector I was for a while. And so for those of you who display them and stuff, But if you don't transform your Transformers, let's say you take them out of the box, you put them on a shelf, it looks nice, you get a nice pose, and you don't think about it other than looking at it once in a while, does it make you feel better that you know that it does transform? That if you wanted to transform it, you could? Is that a thing? And how much more value price-wise does that add? Which is going to get into the next question. When I actually saw these on the shelf, and my son said he wanted them, and his birthday's coming up, and I was like, oh, $5 each, cool. But I got to thinking, man, they look really similar in size to G1, but the difference is they're all the exact same size, so I thought that was pretty cool, as the huge size variations and stuff with G1 stuff. But anyway, Soundwave is probably my favorite out of all of these. I'm leaving the tag on because, what kid wants to get something for their birthday and it not look brand new? But so much more that you get out of a G1 figure, and I think Soundwave Soundwave nailed, Hasbro nailed Soundwave in the G1 line. But my next question is price. So how much would one of these non-transforming Masterpiece Transformers go for? And, with price, there's a whole lot of other questions in there. So I'm thinking like $50. But if you think you have die-cast metal, you have accessories, you have multiple features, because, hey, you have Transformers that have features, non-transforming Transformers should have more features. And, there's already Flame Toys, got their Tarn and Star Saber and some other ones out there at a $400 price point. I'm thinking for $50 we could put out something that's Masterpiece size, Masterpiece scaled, looks good, looks better. So, what do you think about that? What price do you think would be? What price would you be willing to pay? Would you even be interested in buying a non-transforming Transformer at all? But I would think that they would definitely, you'd definitely be able to get a better look out of it. Yeah, forgive my Starscream here. I didn't want to dig out all of his weapons and accessories, and that would have taken a long time. And then I don't want to take a chance of losing them. And this Starscream looks cool, but I don't like the way that's molded in there. Again, there's some articulation with these guys. no leg articulation, just swivel, head, and arms go up and down. And one thing I want to point out with these figures, none of these you can't hold weapons or anything. So when I'm talking about masterpiece, what deco would you want to go with? Would you want it to look super tuned, like all these these ones? What do you call those little plastic blow up toys you get at the zoo? That's kind of what this feels like, but actually a little bit better quality. It's actually better quality than that, but it feels more like a shampoo bottle, I guess. But would you want it to be a G1 tune deco, or would you want it to be a real world deco, or would you want them to have an offering of both, or like let's say they make a perfect RC and they could just redeco that to do multiple different fembots. That the sky's the limit, in my opinion, when it comes to something like that. So what deco would you want to go with, and how would you want them to look, and would you want chrome? Would you want all that? I would like the chrome. I would like it to look super awesome real world with a bit of a tuned base with a little bit of real world, kind of a mixture to them, and wouldn't want them to be completely flat. I think this would be too toonish for me. Okay, these two are almost the exact same size. The G1's a little bit taller. Of course, the finish and all that stuff. But and slow smokes, short smokestacks, and all that jazz. But kind of cool. I mean, my son's gonna be super happy. He's 8 years old. He's gonna turn 8, and he's gonna love having all these, and he's gonna mix them all in with his Transformers. But in the end, I know in his heart of hearts, he's not gonna play with these very much. He's gonna go back to regular Transformers. But what if these looked like looked really, really good? What if these looked that good that it was a masterpiece quality? Kind of like what Flame... Well, I don't think it's going to be on Flame Toys level, because we're not going to be adding a whole bunch of... I would not want a whole bunch of extra stuff added like Flames Toys is doing with theirs. But anyway, so the last question is, what characters would you want to see? Like, what's your top 5? If they did make non-Transformers Transformers, would you want the main cast? Would you want just a select few? And if there's a select few that you wanted, would you want a whole new line? Hey, I'm done with my Legends. I've got Masterpiece. I got Legends. Now let's do Masterpiece non-transforming, which I wouldn't want that. I would want a handful of them that are really hard to make. And make look good. It's just like, let's just admit there's some that just don't look that good. I'd want an RC. I'd want a better RC than this. Although this one here, I could be happy with forever. I like the Toy World one. And then the Zeta one is just kind of a more robotic look. I like the look of Cup, but the transforming element of him, it's just not much fun to transform. Why even have a transformer that's not fun to transform, that you're not going to enjoy flipping back and forth, or you're never going to flip it back and forth, And then I'm happy with this guy, but I don't want to flip him back and forth. And yeah, we're getting into more of the 86 movie line here. And but so my top 5 would be RC. In the G1, I would want a sideswipe done, non-transformable. I would want a wheeljack. A lot of the car bots redone. When you look at that, what size do you want them? I would want them sized closer to, want all these closer to the 8.5 to 9 inch level, not the 6.5 inch size that car bots are. The car bots are undersized. I think this would be a great opportunity to make a great looking wheeljack or something like that, if they go that route. Because G1 Transforming Transformers is ending. What's next? And could this be what's next? Lastly, I just want to point out Spike here. X-Transbots is making the Autobot Spike. Nobody's confirmed whether it transforms or not that I know of. There's a possibility he does not. I mean, it looks like there's some weird looking panels where maybe he does turn into some sort of an abomination, which wouldn't surprise me if this did not transform, though, because X-Transbots is doing all of those. But anyway, like, subscribe, leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Is this a worthwhile venture? Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Would you not want to ever see it happen? Had you ever hang around?